What's up, everybody? This is Zach here with the Nerd Cave Podcast, and today is episode 235. 235. I'm joined along with the beardless Sultan.
Allie.
Yeah, I couldn't come up with anything.
I thought you were good. I thought for a second I was like, oh, we have to do a thing. I have to pretend to be Robbie, and I was about to be like, that would be fun. Hey guys, I'm Robbie. Woohoo, holla.
Super cool. Super cool.
Super cool. I love Jeff Goldblum.
Robbie could not make it today. He had to work on a car, and our thoughts and prayers go out to that car.
Yeah.
I love you, bro. So a bit of housekeeping before we jump into the news, okay? We all like you. We hope that you're having fun with the Nerd Cave. If you are, and if you're not, you should take our survey. Let us know what you enjoy about our podcast, our YouTube channels, our social media, everything that we do, from live streams to anything.
All the things.
All the things. Community, ad reads, any kind of thoughts. We have a survey going on right now that we need your help with. Your help will help us.
Your feedback will help us shape the future.
Yes, will shape the future of the Nerd Cave. We're looking at a ton of things for next year.
Yes.
And the more feedback we get, the better we can make the Nerd Cave for everybody.
Exactly, yeah, because we do this to entertain you guys.
Yeah.
And we do it because we love it.
Yeah.
And so we want your experience to be as enjoyable as possible, so you can help us do that by giving us your thoughts.
Yes. And when you give us your thoughts, you have the opportunity to win Call of Duty World War II for the PS4.
Just kidding. That's great.
Yes.
For people who like it.
Yes. So you get a chance to win a $60 game for just giving like 10 minutes of your time if you answer everything. The better you answer, the more answers you give. Not the better, like, we don't want you to be like, oh, you're so good.
You're so good.
Oh my God.
I love all your stuff. You guys are doing great. Give me the game.
Yeah, like, the more information you give, the better your chances will be, okay? Yeah. Like, if you just go in there and, like, just click buttons and be like, good job. Like at the very end.
It's like when you go through the like teacher evaluations and you're too lazy, you just go like good.
Or when you accept like terms of uses, like
you just go down. You're like, agree. I don't care.
Yeah, like we don't want that. We want actual feedback because we're really depending on that feedback to make us better.
Exactly.
And it's all from y'all. Like we know what we think. We want to know what you think.
Exactly.
So there you go, guys.
Go take the survey.
Yes, go take the survey. And also with housekeeping, December 21st, we're going to be having the Nerd Cave End of the Year show.
What?
More details to come, but go ahead, put it on your calendar. I'm wanting to do like an all-day thing, if possible, playing some video games. I know Derek Daniel's going to be here.
I was going to say, with as many people as I believe are going to be here, like, are we all fit in here?
We'll make it fit. We fit all of us in here once. Yeah, I think we did.
Was I here for that?
I think so.
I was probably over there.
Yeah, maybe.
Am I going to be over there?
I don't know. No, I want you on a mic.
Okay.
Like in front of a camera.
Let us know. Do you want me on camera? Say yes. Just kidding. I don't care.
But we're going to have Derek Daniel. We're going to have Derek Diamond. We're going to have Robbie. We're going to have me. We're going to have Allie.
Maybe.
Christian Slater might even be here. Just say it as a name. Kind of like when The Office, they use Christian Slater for like Saber or whatever. That's how this is. So yes, December 21st, we're going to be putting out a list of what everything's going to be going on. The big part of it is the Nerd Cave podcast, where we kind of go through 2017 as a year, give our top 5 games, movies, TV shows, all that good stuff. And it's going to be interesting because I want to weed it down to one game from everybody. Like, we're all going to have to agree on a game and a movie and a TV show.
I was thinking about today, like, I'm really trying to think about which game I want. I'm still very torn between Breath of the Wild and Assassin's Creed Origins.
And I haven't even played Mario yet. It's going to just get harder. It's going to get harder.
I'll have to try to play it a little bit before that, but it'll be like a few days before because I have this week and then I have next week for finals and then I'm done. Yeah, like I was going through, like I was like Breath of the Wild. I was like, what would be like the selling point of that? And I was like, the one thing that would have one of the big things is Rivali's character alone. I adored Rivali. I love the voice acting. The guy did such a great job. But then it's the ending of Origins, which I won't get into for spoiler reasons.
I haven't finished it, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like this revelation of whenever things actually get started. I was like, oh my gosh, it's this.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it was those like little revelations alone. I was like, just because of the payoff for it and being such a huge fan of it, I'm like, I mean, they
poured a lot into it.
They did, and it's like this, not giving away too many details. Like there's like one small little thing that is there from the very beginning of the game that ends up shaping like the entire rest of all the games, and you're just like, oh my gosh, it was that all along. That's and I was like screaming. My mom was like, Allie, be quiet. And I was like, no, this is my game. This is my moment. I can scream as I want. But
yeah,
so it's tough. And also, the Hellblade came out. And there's a lot of really good games this year.
Yeah, so. And you look at, we've got 2 episodes of Life is Strange Before the Storm. There's been a ton of good stuff.
So many good games.
Resident Evil 7.
Resident Evil 7. I have some issues with Evil Within 2, but the story was really good. It just...
We got Wolfenstein 2. We got... there's so many games.
2017 was a really good year for
Rise
games.
of Zero Dawn, yeah. There's so many. December 21st, though. That's when we decide.
That's when everything gets revealed.
We fight to the death. And we're going to be asking what the community's game of the year is. Not just ours. We want to know what you think is the best. We're gonna weed it down. We're gonna have a huge list, and then everybody's gonna vote. We're gonna take, and then just gonna keep going down until there's one. One ring to rule them all. Yep. One ring to bind them.
Yep. I'll make a trophy for it. I've done this before. I can make a little trophy for it, and then we can put whatever ends up actually winning with that.
Yeah, and then send it to the developer, and then like, what is this?
Like, we don't care, throw it away. Actually, it'd probably never even make it to them. It'd be like the person who like sifts through the mail is like, some random. No.
We need a championship belt for the Nerd Cave.
Oh yeah, I remember I was gonna make that for what was it, E3 or something? Yeah, and I never did.
So you need to make it so when Derek Daniel comes, I can have my E3 championship belt, the Nerd Cave World Championship belt, and just like have it on my shoulder during the show to like just rub it in his face and make him call me champ.
And also,
the whole time.
It'll play back into this past year, so it's all good.
Yeah.
See your recap.
Yeah, of me whooping that tail.
I would, if I have use of both my hands again by then, I will absolutely make it. If not, I'll see if I can find a belt at like Party City and modify it.
Yeah, that's okay. I just want.
But it'll be bad because all the writing will be done with my left hand.
I just want to like.
You just want to rub it in his face.
Yes, I do. Okay. And shout out to Derek Daniel for getting all the articles. I appreciate you, bro.
I also just really want to rub it in his face.
Guys, each and every week we come to you with the nerdy news that you need to know. If you want to get everything early, all you got to do is go to patreon.com/nerdcave. Toss us a few dollars, mate. Robbie, you can't hear him, but that's what he's doing. Like, I said it while he's working on the car that he's working on.
And he did
it. He did it. Like, I know. It's like a trigger word for him.
Yep.
Each and every week, though, we come to you live through the power of the internet for our live stream for our Patreon viewers. And we also give early access for audio. We have an RSS feed for just people on Patreon. They get everything early over there. And then we have our videos that go up early as well. If you can't toss us any dollars, that makes sense too. We understand. We live in this world as well. Okay? You can go to youtube.com/nerdcave network. Day by day, segment by segment, we put up the podcast until Friday, where the whole thing goes up on YouTube and podcast services around the globe. Yeah, there you go.
I can't do the...
That's okay.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, with like the Twilight book cover where they do the thing with the apple. Ooh. I can't turn my arm.
I got it. Like, I can't really do it on my mic, but there you go.
It's hard to do.
So let's get into the news. I'm not promising anything that I'm not saying anything about microtransactions because here we go again, everybody.
Add another one.
EA doesn't think players want Darth Vader and Pink. Not giving up on Battlefront 2 microtransactions. Oh, you silly gooses. Star Wars Battlefront 2 continues its roller coaster ride post-release after a microtransaction fiasco. Oh, we got somebody going live right now. Fiasco led to Disney to intervene and a swarm of angry fans. EA CFO Blake Jurgensen had a chance to speak at this year Credit Suzy Technology Medi blah 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 blah. Where is he talking? Some people have more time than money, and some people have more money than time. You want to always balance those two. To that end, the company is still committed to implementing microtransactions in some way, but it's figuring out the right way to do it. We're learning and listening to the community in terms of how best to roll out that feature in the future, and there's more to come as we learn, Jurgensen said. One way EA isn't considering is leaning too heavily on character-based cosmetics, since it could interfere with the canon of a renowned franchise like Star Wars. If you did a bunch of cosmetic things, you might start to violate canon, said the CFO. Darth Vader in white probably doesn't make sense versus in black, not to mention you probably don't want Darth Vader in pink. No offense to pink, but I don't think it's right in the canon.
I have so many issues with that. First of all, Darth Vader in white would be a really cool thing.
Yeah.
And secondly, who doesn't want Darth Vader in pink? That would be... Darth Vader in some different colors. I want rainbow Darth Vader. I want, like, chrome Darth Vader.
Chrome Darth Vader would be
That
cool.
would be really cool. I want polka dot Darth Vader. They're like, the skins would go against canon. That's the whole point of different skins, is that they're purely cosmetic.
Battlefront 2015, their whole system, like you grinded and everything, was cosmetics.
Wow.
So, and someone has hacked the code that is Star Wars Battlefront.
Good.
There's cosmetics already in the game.
Gosh.
Built in the game.
What was the whole point of his statement? That doesn't make any sense.
It's just word salad.
Yeah, that really is all it is. And all of us, like, players don't want to go get... I'm like, again, like, I always bring it up, but it's a good game. Overwatch.
Yeah.
All the different skins, they don't... Like, some of the skins are like, oh, this was canon at a time. And then there's other stuff where, like, it's total nonsense. Like, the Halloween events or whatever, one of the characters, Symmetra, she had this really cool dragon skin because it was part of this, like, fictional Halloween story that they were telling.
Yeah. Well, and what gets me is, like, it's already in the code. It's already there.
Yeah.
And there's ways to do it, and you clearly already have it in the game, that would not mess with canon.
Really?
You're just there. Like, he pulled something that was so ridiculous, Darth Vader in pink. Like, oh, that is so... that would make people angry.
No, it wouldn't.
People, like, the internet is weird, okay?
Yeah.
Darth Vader in pink,
Darth
people
Vader
would
pink
like
is
that.
super normal. That's
Yeah.
like... Yeah, and then the people who don't... Like, for as many people as there going to be who don't like it, there's probably going to be more who do.
Yeah. Well, and EA hasn't stopped with Star Wars Battlefront 2.
No.
Need for Speed Pursuit or whatever it was.
I don't remember.
Payback. I think, that's Payback, not Pursuit.
Whatever.
Had it in there. UFC is riddled. UFC 3 is
UFC
riddled
gonna
with
roll
it.
with it.
And you would figure that they would learn from their mistake, but they haven't.
No. You were reading it and I had to do this, like, like fake, like, posh laughter because it was like, we're really listening to the community on how to do this. And I was like, oh, are you? Because you just had this horrible backlash of people in the community about your game. And now you're
still
saying that
wanting
you're
to
not
put it in
going
there.
to change it.
Yeah.
Like-
and they've even admitted that it has not affected the bottom line to their
sales.
shareholders.
Yeah, shareholders.
Yeah. Like, what is this? You know what I mean? And if you're like, oh, cosmetics, there's cosmetics in the game, not just the stuff that's hidden. Rey, Kylo Ren, they have different outfits that you can get.
Is it like
There's
their
a
different
bearded
movie outfits or something?
Yeah, it's like episode 7, like the masked, unmasked Kylo. Episode 8, Rey. There's a bearded Han Solo that you can unlock.
Han Solo's never had a beard in his life.
So, EA.
That's ridiculous.
Here's my thing to you. Stop being garbage.
Poster Man 2017.
Please.
I need to design a Poster Man shirt.
You do. Pokemon Go. On to something better. Sorry, it just Pokemon Go, and this has microtransactions in it, but it's free to play.
Exactly.
Pokemon Go gets a new legendary Ho-Oh for a limited time. The wheels of Pokemon Go wagon keep on turning. As a result of the dedicated players' hard work for catching over 3 billion Pokemon in the Global Catch Challenge, a new legendary Pokemon is now in the raid battles at gyms around the world. That's right. For a limited time, you can battle Ho-Oh. Recently, the Global Challenge awarded players for their efforts with a bunch of perks beyond just Ho-Oh for earning double XP to unlock the Fairfetched. Players have until December 12th to go on the legendary raid to prove themselves against Ho-Oh.
That's next Tuesday? Yeah, next Tuesday.
Yeah. So you got a little bit more time.
Okay.
You got about a week
Get on.
if you listen to this. Okay?
Yep.
Unless you're listening to this after December 12th, and then you're up the creek.
Yeah.
I like that, they are continuing, supporting this game, that they're, putting more and more out there. They're engaging. Like Saturday, me and Amy went to dinner with my parents at Five Sisters, and there's like a Pokestop or something outside of Five Sisters, and a bunch of guys were out there standing with their phones, and my parents were like, were they playing some kind of game out there? And I was like, yeah, they're playing Pokemon Go. They're like, yeah, we thought that was what they were doing.
Playing the Pokemans.
So I like that. It's a good way to use your community, get your community excited. EA, you might want to take a note from Niantic. Just saying. I'm that was me being positive about Pokemon.
Yeah.
So next thing up. Ukulele comes to the Switch next month. More and more games are making their way, I guess it would be this month, making their way to the Nintendo Switch, and Ukulele is the latest title to arrive on Nintendo's console just in time for the holidays. As revealed in a short trailer, Playtonic Games' 3D platformer hops to Switch on December 14th, with pre-orders available starting December 7th. Developers by key members of Banjo-Kazooie team, Ukulele is the spiritual successor to Rare's classic platformer series on the Nintendo 64. While the game had a polarizing reception on release earlier this year, it is perfect for those looking for a dose of nostalgia or a game to enjoy with the whole family over the holidays. If you're looking for a lot of good voice acting, you're not going to get it in the game. But if you're looking for old school platforming, this is going to be a game up your alley. Like if you're a Banjo-Kazooie person, get it. Like there's no reason not to get it.
Well, I mean, because I know they took out his voice acting for that game.
John
Tron?
Yeah.
But like, there's still other voice acting in it, right?
Well, it's like yum 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 yum, like that stuff.
Sure.
So I haven't played it yet. I know Derek Diamond had played it. Some of it looked really fun. I thought some of the level design, like from what I have seen, looked really good. Since it's coming to Switch, I might grab it just to have another game to play. But I still got a lot of moons to get on that Mario.
Yeah.
That Mario.
Yeah, I need to get Mario, and I have some background stuff I have to do before I can get it, but I really, really want to get LA Noire.
Mm-hmm.
Because I love that game. It's so
Yeah,
good.
you got to get that SD card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One space thing at a time. The first thing I got to do is get space for the PlayStation.
Yeah. I really want a PS4 Pro and a 4K TV, but it is what it is.
We can dream.
Yeah, we can all dream. I dreamed a dream. Da-da-da-dum. Gang Beasts is coming to PlayStation 4 in December. Everything's coming to everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Gang Beasts, a brutal fighting game featuring gelatinous characters and ridiculous ragdoll physics, is making its way to PlayStation 4 next month, this coming up month. It's already in December. Like, whatever. The game has been in early access on PC since 2014, but on December 12th, it will get a full release on Sony's console with several new modes. One of the game's modes turns the game into a soccer match with 4 players, while another pits a team of players against waves of enemies. Be sure to check out the new game trailer out if you want to watch that. We played Gang Beasts.
It's a lot of fun. I really
liked it. It is a lot of fun.
fun.
I enjoyed it, and it coming to the PlayStation 4, it takes that one step further of me not having to deal with the PC with video games. I'm sorry. That was me being negative, but
I mean,
PC
you
gaming.
can't have positivity without negativity.
PC gaming.
Yin
My
yang.
God, it is just. You got to get all the drivers. You got.
There's one thing about PC gaming. There's one, like.
Graphic fidelity.
Oh, yeah, that, but not that. There's one thing that belongs on a PC game. Excuse me. There's one type of game that belongs on a PC.
Overwatch?
No, gross. No, Overwatch is console all the way. Bethesda games. So
With the mods, yeah.
Yeah, I hate, like, because I have Fallout 4 on PlayStation, and I also have Fallout New Vegas. I mean, you could just, but, like, I also have Skyrim on PC and everything. I'm like, after I got Fallout 4, I was like, why didn't I get this on the computer?
Yeah.
I made a mistake.
Yeah. You gotta make sure the drivers are updated and all that good stuff.
That's the other thing is that, because I also have Overwatch for PC, so I can play with my friends. And I'm like saving up a ton of money so I can upgrade the RAM on my laptop for it.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
We got a really good PC sitting over there doing all the editing and all, the streaming and all of that. Can run anything we put up against it.
Except for whenever we play PC games.
Oh.
We're sitting here like, is it ready? Is it ready? Okay, it's working. No, it's not working. Why isn't the controller hooked up? It says it's hooked up. Okay, it's hooked up. Wait, why isn't it working?
Okay, we're going to try a different game. That one's not working either.
Not working. This was not even pulling up.
Square Enix promises 2018 will be a big year for Final Fantasy fans. Square Enix brand manager Hashimoto, whom you might best remember as a man who laughed really loudly on stage after unveiling.
Pronounce Shinji?
I just skipped it.
Oh, okay.
After unveiling Final Fantasy VII's PC port to PlayStation 4, has assured Final Fantasy fans that 2018 is going to be a big year for the series. In an interview with Square Enix's own YouTube account, Edamame Arcade Channel. Yep. Hey, I'm getting better. Hashimoto was asked about what 2008 holds. Hashimoto, the tease, stated that all the studios that make up the Japanese publisher are gearing up for a big year next year. Hashimoto followed up by saying next year will be a big one and will be exciting. New Final Fantasy titles to the world. Square Enix just shipped the Comrades expansion to Final Fantasy 15, the multiplayer DLC that last year's single-player game, and and the new character DLC for Ignis arrives in December as well. And with some more news, and then we'll give our thoughts on it as a whole. Character swapping is coming to Final Fantasy 15, which that makes it a little bit more interesting.
Cool.
You're not just having to play as Noctis.
Yeah.
You can play as all them Nisses. I don't know their names. Final Fantasy 15 came out 1 year ago today. This was written on November 29th. But Square Enix certainly isn't slowing down when it comes to Final Fantasy content. Square Enix announced today that the character swapping is coming to the game, letting players enjoy the adventure as one of Noctis's friend. Noctis friends. Yep. Square Enix announced that the new feature will come out before the final piece of character-specific DLC, episode Ignis, on December 13th. Players will be able to swap between Noctis, Ignis, Gladio, Prompto.
His name's Prompto.
Names. With a simple directional menu. Each of the combat styles will be based on what their DLC episodes. And you can check out the trailer if you want to watch that.
That'd be cool.
Okay, so never have played Final Fantasy. I take that back. I played the platinum demo for Final Fantasy 15. I'm like, oh, it's okay.
I haven't played any of the more recent ones. Here's the thing, because I know it's like in the earlier ones, the numbers are different from America to Japan. So I have, I believe, the American Final Fantasy 3 game.
Okay.
I mean, I think that's a different number over in Japan. I can't remember. I know it's like it's 3 here, but it's really 2 over there, and then 1 is that. I don't remember. But I have that game. I actually have 2 copies of it. I need to sell the other one. It's whatever. But it's fun. My friend has 15, and before that, like, she'd never played a Final Fantasy game, and she's always like, these games suck. And I'm like, you've never even played it.
Yeah.
And then she got 15. She was like, I really like this game.
Yeah, it just with everything. Like I had considered playing it at one time, but I made the decision to wait until the whole game was out and everything because they've been putting a ton of stuff out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which again shows what a company that actually believes in their product can do, because a lot of the DLC has been free. And the updates have been free for Final Fantasy 15.
Is that? It's shade. I was trying to like shield myself.
I'm being positive for one company.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're shading them. I was trying to like cover the light to make shade, but these lights are bright. So
Yeah,
it doesn't really
they're
work.
very bright. And I'm glad that they're putting more and more out there, and that more and more DLC is coming out, and that they've actually explained more about the characters that are Noctis's friend Promptu and Control Alt Delete and all of his other friends.
Well, I mean, you know about Cloud.
Yeah.
You know about Sephiroth.
Yeah,
So then you're fine.
Yeah, you got
You got
Sora
and Sora. What's that? Oh my god.
the Heartless.
Yeah, the Heartless.
You got Mickey.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mickey,
and Goofy.
What's that girl's name?
Ariel.
Yeah, Ariel. No, I'm talking about the girl.
Korra.
No, Korra's not in there. Kairi.
Yeah.
Riku.
Yeah. Rocket Power.
Yeah, Rocket Power's in there.
Hercules.
Jack Skellington.
Yeah. You got all of those in there.
I know Final Fantasy.
Yeah, Final Fantasy. You got Leo and
I actually used to know more about it, but I don't remember all of it now.
yeah. I have played a Final Fantasy game.
Oh really?
Not a main Final Fantasy
Was it a
game.
fishing game?
No. There was one for the PlayStation 2, and you played as, like, he had a red cloak and he had, like, guns. Like, that was all, like, starts with a C, I think. I can't remember. Let me know in the comments if you can think of it. I actually enjoyed that game. Like, you got different, like, guns or something like that, if I can remember. It's been a very long time.
I'm looking it up.
She's going to look it up.
I hit the mic with my hat, sorry.
But that's the only Final Fantasy game other than the demo that I played, the Platinum demo.
Yeah, I've only personally played 3. But I used to know more about all the stories. Like there was Lightning and the pink-haired girl.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, there was that. I used to know more about all the characters. I just don't anymore. It's just been too long.
Don't.
Yeah, that's
I just.
yeah. I got all these other stuff to keep track of.
Yeah, like piano notes.
Uh-huh.
She's going to look that up. We're going to move to the next story. And this actually really excites me if I can get the mouse over to where I need it to be. Upcoming Super Mario cereal includes an amiibo with every box.
Wait, what?
Yes.
I didn't.
Mario
How
is
much,
getting cereal.
How expensive is that cereal going to be?
I have no idea.
Because I remember seeing the cereal getting announced, and I was like, I'm absolutely going to buy that. I didn't know about the amiibo. That's so cool.
Yeah. I'm excited. Video games being advertised on food and drink packaging is nothing new, but usually the most that is included with the advertisement is a small chance to win a console or an Xbox, an XP boost in the game. Nintendo and Kellogg's are teaming up to give something different to everyone who purchases the upcoming Mario cereal and amiibo. The mixed berry cereal features power-ups shaped like marshmallows and, more importantly, an amiibo that can be used in Super Mario Odyssey. It doesn't appear you'll be getting that statue of Snap, Crackle, or Pop to put next to the rest of the amiibo on yourself.
Darn.
However, as a box itself doubles as a NFC code needed to scan onto your Switch. Thanks to Reddit user Zig for posting a picture of the back of the box. What the amiibo included in the cereal is and does is currently unknown, but Kellogg's UK did confirm the cereal is coming to US with no plans for it to release in the UK.
So it's like not the physical amiibo, it's the code for the amiibo.
I don't know.
It'd be cool if it was both, but I can understand them just doing the code because that cereal would get stolen a lot. Like people would just like bust it open to get the like physical amiibo itself.
Well, if it's just scanning, that part right there, like I don't know if that's showing up. Yeah, it's showing up right there, but you can't really tell. If it's just scanning that part, like that's gonna be easy to like just go to the
That's true. I'm
store.
sure that they have some kind of.
I hope that it's actually a physical.
I do too because
thing.
I love the little Amiibo figurines.
So I'm assuming that it'll be like a cheaper looking Amiibo, or be like smaller. It won't be like a.
Yeah, it'll probably be smaller.
You know, I'm like a Cappy Amiibo. That would be pretty cool.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Like I'm going to get the cereal just.
I'm gonna get because I want the cereal.
Get 2 boxes, one to eat and one to keep.
I mean, you can still keep the box.
Yeah, but I want an unopened box.
That's
so
fair.
like 40 years from now, I can force someone.
Good.
I can force someone on air, or what's linked into your mind at that point to eat really old cereal.
But I mean, it's all just like dried out stuff. Like it'll be good to eat anyway.
Yeah.
Don't even worry about it.
And I'm sure it'll be stale by then. But
it'll be a little stale. I mean, if it's unopened, it'll be okay.
If it's unopened, it should be okay.
And no bugs get to it. It'll be fine.
Yeah, It'll
be fine.
Did you find the
was it this
guy?
Guy?
It's that guy.
Okay, his name is Vincent Valentine.
Valentine,
I feel like I know that name.
Yeah, Vincent Valentine. My funny Valentine. Sweet comic Valentine. Don't play that for your loved one. Don't sing that to your loved one because it's... I
guess it was Final Fantasy 7.
No, like he had his own game.
Hold on. And the main protagonist of Dirge Cerberus, Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah.
So it was like Final Fantasy 7, but like an offshoot of it.
Yeah. So that's not, and I didn't finish the game. I rented it from Movie Gallery, and they don't even have those anymore. So there you go. So, moving into the movie news. This week, we got a few things that have been pretty interesting. And again, thanks to Derek Daniel for sending us all the articles that we're using in the podcast today. Show him some love over on our Facebook group, everybody. Avengers Infinity War dropped a trailer. I haven't either.
I have never heard of it.
Dropped a trailer. And... we're just putting up an image. We're not going to show it.
Everyone's seen it by this point, probably.
Yeah, you've already seen it.
If not, just go watch it.
But, like, all the people that are on the screen right now, we saw in the trailer.
Yes.
What is up with Girlfriend's hair? Why is it blonde?
This is my guess, because I could be wrong, because there's so many different universes in the comics and everything. I'm sure there's a universe where her hair is blonde. I guarantee it's because she is working on a movie.
And doesn't want to dye her hair.
Yep.
Like
or like
Superman.
she was contractually obligated not to.
Yeah, or...
and they couldn't be bothered to get her a red wig.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure she's worn a red wig on one of these movies at one point in time.
I think the first few, was it the longer, darker red hair?
Yeah,
I think those were wigs.
Yeah. It looked perfectly fine.
Yeah, no, they looked... I'm hoping that it has something to do with the comics, like I said. There's so many different...
That was the one thing I was just like...
Yeah, I remember, this was a really long time ago. I think it was never, they first were showing stuff, I think it was last year at Comic-Con. People were like, she has blonde hair, and I'm like, no, she doesn't. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I don't know. That was just one thing that stuck out with me. But we saw Cap. We saw...
saw him being all emo.
Yeah, and him getting his shield back. We saw Black Panther, Iron Man.
We saw Bucky.
Mm-hmm.
We saw Bruce.
Yeah, Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, Bruce Wayne.
Bruce Wayne. Bruce Banner. We saw Spider-Man in the new suit.
Yeah.
The mechanical one that was offered to him at the end of Homecoming. I got a little
sad because it's cool, but I kind of like his other one better.
Yeah,
they're both cool.
Yeah.
I
think him going up against Thanos, he needs the extra.
No. I understand why he needs that suit.
Yeah.
But just design wise, because I guess I just gotten used to the new suit and all. Stop it.
Yeah.
But it's cool.
But we got to see the Guardians of the Galaxy, Vision, Scarlet Witch.
For a split second.
Yeah, for a very end. Thor, of course, and then we got a very, very quick. We saw 2 of the henchmen from Thanos attacking a few people, and then of course we got to see Thanos.
Yeah.
What is your thoughts on Thanos?
They keep changing what he looks like his color. The first time we see him, he's blue, and then he was purple, and now he's
several movies he was purple.
Yeah.
Like
and
comic
book. Now he's a purpley pink color.
Yeah, he looks weird.
It could just be the lighting. I hope that's all it is.
I hope so too. And I know we made a big deal about Apocalypse in X-Men Apocalypse, like his coloring and all that. Like he looks like Ivan Ooze and all of that. But there's literally like this guy has been in several movies and he's changed
they've established
cover.
what he looks like.
Yeah. And why isn't he wearing his hat?
Yeah, that's the other thing. It's like, why?
Because he looked really cool in Guardians of the Galaxy 1.
Yes, he did.
Like, really, really cool. I'm like, man, I cannot wait for Thanos. And now I'm like, why does Thanos look like he's got the mumps? Like, this is an okay picture right here because he looks purple.
And it's all very edited to look very comic booky.
Yeah. Just go check out the trailer. Like, it, did I?
I think there's another.
Yes, there we go. There we go. There is... Thanos in his pink glory right there.
Thumb thing. I'm just like, man.
You know, he's got 2 of the Infinity Stones or gems or whatever they want to call them.
They call them Infinity Stones. So they've been calling them all the movies.
Well, in the comics they're called Infinity Gems.
I'm saying this is the MCU.
Wow. Guess what? MCU's about to end.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
I like Josh Brolin as Thanos. I think he brings gravitas to it. I'm curious how they're going to, like, is it going to be fully CGI? How they're going to do that? Because I know I think Guardians of the Galaxy, he wasn't like CGI. It was like makeup on him. So I'm wanting to see more of this because one of these stones actually comes from the Tesseract.
Yes.
We see
Loki holding it for a second.
Yeah, we see Loki holding it, and then we see the Vision being attacked by one of Thanos' henchmen.
That's like the worst part. I'm just like Vision and Scarlet Witch. I'm just like, you guys are gonna keep me coming back, but it's like I know that he's gonna get attacked, and so I'm just like, like I saw it and I was like, I knew it was gonna happen, but no.
Like, you know. With the Eye of Dormammu.
The Eye of Dormammu.
Yeah, no, not Dormammu is the bad guy.
Oh, right.
The Eye of Agamemnon. That's what it is. Sorry, everybody. With Doctor Strange, like that holds another Infinity Stone in it.
There's the stone that for the first Guardians of the Galaxy, the Collector Stone.
Something, the Nova Core or something like that. Something. Let us know in the comments below. But he's going to get all of them.
Yeah, because why else? Like, if he wasn't, there'd be no reason for them to split it up into 2 movies.
Yeah, and I think they actually made it into 1 now.
Are they making it just 1?
Yeah.
Because I thought
it was supposed to be 2.
Yeah, I thought it was supposed to be 2 parts.
But now it's 1.
Thank God.
Yeah. So he's going to get them all. And then all of Earth's mightiest heroes have to defend it. We're going to see Nebula and Gamora fight him. I know that's going to be going to be a good moment.
That's going to be a really awesome payoff, especially how they built it up. You know, like she wants to get vengeance on her dad, and especially with the second Guardians of the Galaxy movie, where like they're kind of at like a mutual point now where it's like she's like, I just want to get rid of him. I hate him.
Yeah.
So like, I'm excited to see them fight together on that. That'll be really cool.
Yeah, and Nebula like reveals some really interesting details about her life growing up in Gamora's shadow and everything. So there you go. I'm excited for the movie. Yeah. It's also interesting, like some of the design choices. Like Thanos is like the biggest thing. One of my favorite memes that's going on is like it has a picture of Thanos in like I think Guardians of the Galaxy or maybe the first one or whatever. And it's like when you order something online and then it has the picture of him in the trailer. It's like when it arrives. And like clearly that's what it is.
Yeah.
But let us know. Are you excited for Avengers Infinity War in the comments below?
You know what I'm excited for?
What's that?
The next Spider-Man movie.
Spider-Man?
Spider-Man. That doesn't come out until after this.
Yeah.
I'm like there's more movies that are gonna come out after Infinity Wars. I'm like, I'm more excited for that. Like I am excited for Infinity Wars, but it's like it's been coming on for like they've been just hyping it up for so long. I'm like, yeah, I know, I get it. Like
been 20 movies, 22 or something like that.
And so I'm like, but they just brought in Spider-Man, and I'm like, he's fresh and new. Give me more of him.
Yeah, and that's one that I definitely want. as well.
Homecoming was so good.
Homecoming was better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Is this article going to work for us today?
I don't know.
Let's see.
But yeah, no, I'm excited for Infinity Wars. I think it'll be good. You know, it's a Marvel movie. It'll be solid. I'm just I know that they'll be able to handle it well. It's more I'm curious because I'm trying to think of how to say this. Like with all of the characters on on the same screen, they kind of did a test run that with Civil War.
Yeah.
And it was totally fine. Civil War was good.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
So it's not a concern about that. It's more so, like self-awareness with Marvel it's always been there. Like they've always been kind of like self-aware.
Yeah.
I'm just curious as to how far they'll take it.
Mm-hmm.
If it'll go to the point of like it'll be bad. It's like we get it. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think they will because so far they've been fine with it.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of characters.
Yeah, it's going to be.
Also, I'm really mad that they kept the whole Scarlet or the Black Widow Hulk romance.
Oh, is that still in here?
Yeah, they reference it again in Thor in the Thor Ragnarok, and I was just like, oh, I thought they were getting rid of that.
Yeah, I haven't watched Thor Ragnarok.
It's not a big deal, but it's like they like bring up the thing where she's like, like the thing she says to him is like, the sun's getting real low, buddy. And then it's like whenever because he's like all Hulk, and then he sees her face, and he's like, oh, okay, I'm good again. And I'm like, I guess it's fine. It's just it was really rushed, and whenever they brought it in, like Black Widow's character was a total damsel in distress, and it was gross and stupid.
Yeah.
Anyway,
there's going to be a lot of people die in this movie. I think this is where we see a lot of the old guard leave from the MCU.
I think they're gonna kill. I think they're gonna kill off Captain America.
Tony Stark.
Yeah, Tony Stark.
Vision, of course.
Well, yeah, Vision, unless they can get the stone back in his head.
Yeah.
In which case, that'd be fine. I'd be okay with that. I'm trying to think who else would go.
Maybe Thor.
I don't think Thor will die, but I could see him going back to being because, like, again, you haven't seen Thor Ragnarok, so he's kind of like he has a mission he has to kind of do at the end of that. That's very leadershiply. So I think it'll be. He's like, okay, guys, I have to kind of go take care of this now. So I'm out.
We didn't see Ant-Man or the Wasp in the trailer at all, so I'm curious to see if we see them at all. They've been confirmed for the movie, but we didn't see anything from them.
Maybe we did, but they were just so teeny. We didn't see
they were so small. But other than Avengers Infinity War, Marvel has 20 more movies planned after Phase 4 ends. The Marvel Cinematic Universe is all set for its next phase, or whatever they'll call it next, as Marvel Studios head honcho Kevin Feige reveals they already have 20 films already lined up after Avengers 4. There are still 5 films to go on the ongoing Phase 3 wrap-ups for the successful superhero franchise series, but the film studio is already thinking of several steps ahead, proving they have no plans of slowing down. Entering the 10th year since entering the business of making movies, Marvel Studio is looking to celebrate their milestone year with 3 films in 2018: Black Panther, Avengers Infinity War, and Ant-Man and the Wasp. But as we slowly inch our way towards the end of the MCU, and if you didn't know, the MCU is going to be done after Avengers 4, as we know it, the beginning of something new is coming, and while Feige and his cohorts are keen on focusing on the task they have at hand, that does not mean they don't have the clear path in mind.
I'm super excited for Black Panther.
Black Panther looks really, really good.
Really excited.
Talking to Vanity Fair in light of the media outlets' coverage of the MCU, Feige shares they have already gotten the idea to go in the MCU, coming with 20 more films already in development. Comparing that to the pace that they've already taken the last decade, it's safe to say that all the upcoming projects will cover at least 10 more years with storytelling for the popular franchise. 22 movies in, and we got another 20 movies on the docket, are completely different from anything that comes before intentionally. As we know, a lot of the Marvel movies have a formula, and I'm curious to see if they're able to actually make it different.
Here's my guess. They'll finish up with their current kind of timeline, I guess if you want to call it that. Their current arc. That's the better word for it.
Yeah.
My guess, because we're saying a bunch of people are going to get killed off. The old people, Young Avengers.
Yeah, I can see
And
that.
I think that'd be really fun for them to do that.
Yeah, and we've Disney has been talking to Fox again. I think the talks have started up again. So there's potential of getting
It'd be cool to bring the X-Men in.
X-Men and the Fantastic Four in.
Yeah.
So that could bring in some more
I would love to see
stuff.
actual Disney Marvel do Fantastic Four.
I think they would do a good job at it.
The remake of it gets more smack than it deserves.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't great, but it was fun. It was fine.
Yeah.
There's definitely the exposition in it was a little overboard.
Yeah.
But it'd be cool to have them bring all that in. So I don't know. Whatever they do, they'll end up doing a good job. I just I love the Marvel movies, and I am excited for these movies. But at the same time, there's just been so many superhero movies.
Oh yeah.
And it's it's getting there. I mean, it kind of is there at this point.
Oh yeah, it's there at this point.
Yeah, it's there. But I'm still excited. I'll still go see them because I've never, for their recent Marvel movies, I've never gone man, I wish I hadn't seen that. I'm just yeah, that was fun. I had a good time.
Yeah, I used to be in the theater day one, and now it's first, maybe second week that I go, and it's not just Marvel, it's DC as well. I try to watch DC movies more close to release than Marvel.
Sure.
Unless it's something that I'm really excited about, which I haven't been excited about a superhero movie since Batman vs. Superman. And no, that did not kill it. It's just, that's my favorite movie of 2016. Maybe Justice League will be 2017.
Was that 2016?
Yep.
Wow. Yeah, they're the 10th year, and I was going back, I was oh my gosh, yeah, Iron Man was 2008.
Yeah. Iron Man. Still the best.
Iron Man was a
Superman
really
movie.
good. I remember it was the third Iron Man. I went and saw it with a couple of my friends in theater, and they mentioned Pensacola, and everyone in the theater was like, "Woo, yeah, that's us, that's us." Funny.
The Flash has some news. Wrestler Bill Goldberg to guest star. Goldberg, one of my childhood heroes.
I've never gone into wrestling.
Multi-time WCW and WWE World Champion Bill Goldberg will guest star on upcoming episodes of the CW's DC superhero series, The Flash. Goldberg became a professional wrestling icon much faster than most, becoming a big deal not long after 1997. Goldberg's primary claim to fame was his undefeated streak, which lasted for over a year. And during which he won his first world title from Hulk Hogan, or Hollywood Hogan, as he was known at that point in time in his career. The streak was ultimately ended at Starrcade 1998 by the NWO member and also now occasional actor Kevin Nash. Goldberg remained a star after his first loss and would end up jumping to WWE once we all know the story of that. But Goldberg is supposed to be on the CW.
Did they say who he will be playing, or just that he's just going to be on a couple episodes?
Well, I'm trying to scroll. Apparently, there is no other news to that.
Cool.
I
mean, you know more about it than I do. So who would you like to see him play? I should say.
It would be cool to see him play a good guy. I don't want to see him playing a bad guy. Yeah. Maybe. I don't know his acting chops. You know what I mean? I've seen him on TV, but his whole year run of being undefeated, he didn't say a word at all. He would just destroy somebody. He would come into the ring, wrestle 30 seconds, and destroy them and walk out. That was his whole shtick.
Yeah.
I think it would be interesting. It might have said more in the article. The articles are being absolutely insane right now, not wanting to scroll. But I think a good guy would be better than him being a bad guy and trying to fight the Flash. But he might be the villain of the week or the monster of the week type deal, where he's this really strong guy. Or
then they get rid of him, and I was thanks for coming on the show, man.
Yeah. It could go either way, with guest stars like that. Especially wrestlers on Arrow, they had Cody Rhodes. He was over at WWE for a while. He was a villain on Arrow. So, there's been some crossover with wrestling and CW before. So, it'll be interesting to see. I think it'll be really cool. Star Wars Daisy Ridley doesn't want to play Rey after Episode 9. Daisy Ridley reveals that she doesn't want to play Rey after Episode 9 in a new interview about Star Wars The Last Jedi. The film, which hits theaters December 15th, continues the story of the Skywalker family, the heroine Rey, and the villainous Kylo Ren. As they fight over the fate of the galaxy far, far away, the Force-sensitive scavenger from Jakku turned hero is one of the most mysterious main characters to date in the Star Wars universe. Abandoned by her family on a desert planet, Rey spent her life learning how to survive as a scavenger and hoping that one day her family would return to find her. It wasn't until the events of The Force Awakens that Rey discovered her ability to use the Force and her surprising connection to Kylo Ren. Excuse me, guys. Which opened up even more questions about her mysterious past, most notably being who her parents are.
Are we gonna get into that?
And if they are characters that the audience have seen before in the franchise before.
That was a poorly written sentence. But are we gonna get into that?
I think we talked about it last week, but
I don't remember.
Okay, so if you've played Battlefront 2, you played the campaign, there's a really ham-fisted thing close to the end where you're playing as Iden Versio, and you've defected, and spoilers, by the way.
Oh, yeah, spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers. Tap of the head when we get done. I'll tap my head again if I remember. Yeah. So you play as Iden Versio, you defect to the rebels, and with one of your people, Del.
Classic story, whatever.
Boring stuff. But anyway, at the end, it's like, oh, you destroyed all the Empire, yay! And then it's like
flash forward.
Well, they shoehorn in that you like Del or whatever. They start kissing.
They, make out.
Yeah, and then they flash.
Really forced heterosexuality and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, and so it jumps forward 30 years, and you're playing as Kylo Ren and all this good stuff, and it's like, oh, talking about Del, it's like, oh, you're become a father, and blah, 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 all of this, and, Iden's nowhere to be around, but they talk about Del, being, becoming part of the Force or whatever, learning about the Force, yada, yada, yada. I think they're trying to ham-fist Iden and Del being the parents of Rey. Mm-hmm. And it's such a poor excuse for one of the best characters that's been written in a very long time.
Rey's an incredible character. And also, because my guess is that it's they had an idea for what they wanted her to be. And because I know it was Lucas wrote all these the main storyline years ago and all that fun stuff. Yeah. But it's all they wanted to pull another Darth Vader, even though some people were still able to call it Darth Vader because of the whole translation fun stuff. But it was my guess is it's people were obviously this is what it is, and they were dang it, they figured it out. So we gotta change it. We gotta change her origin story. So guys, you know that game we're working on that's gonna be so great to have no microtransactions in it? Yeah, we know that. Yeah, totally hiding the evidence of the microtransactions. Guys, let's just make those two random characters be her parents. That'll be great. They'll be fine. They'll never see it coming.
Yeah, I didn't see it coming. I'm hoping that's not the case.
The thing is, from what I've heard, it's I guess it would have been fine had they fleshed out the characters more.
Yes.
But the fact that it's one of these, the most one of the most well-written characters recently, Rey's super cool.
Yeah.
For them to just kind of give her origin story just kind of here's some characters.
Yeah.
It's it's lazy and inexcusable.
But Daisy Ridley went on to say about continuing on as Star Wars. As far as Ridley is concerned, the future of Rey is pretty much set. She doesn't want to play the character after the next movie. She said, no. flatly. For me, I didn't really know what I was signing on to. I hadn't read the script, but from what I could tell, it was really nice people involved, and so it was like awesome. Now I think I am even luckier than I knew then to be a part of something that feels so like coming home now. Okay.
The only one thing is I'll say that though, it's like you were given a Star Wars script. How did you not know what you were in for?
Yeah.
I mean, I could understand
like you literally
on a more like technical term, but
Harrison Ford, Carrie Fisher, and Mark Hamill, 40 years not playing the characters are brought back.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Like I'm sure that like she meant it in a different way, but it's just like in the context of that quote, it's like, you sure about that?
Yeah, and money talks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if they kept making, like, movies with her in it, like, right back to back, I think, like, yes, I would say no to that. Like, if I wanted to keep... Because she was just in Murder in the Orient Express.
She did a great job.
Whoa, we got some kind of ad going on here.
How dare they? But it's... I can understand why not wanting to do that. Because, yeah, again, because like you said, like, that was kind of like her breakout role, and now she's doing all this other stuff. So it's you want to maintain, like, you want to be marketable. A good example of that is after the Harry Potter movies were finished, all those actors are going to be known for like Emma Watson's going out and she's done a bunch of stuff now.
Yeah.
But still, everyone's going to see them and still be like, you were in Harry Potter.
Well, you look at Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
that's pretty much defined him, and like he's tried to do other stuff, but the most successful out of the three has been Emma Watson.
Yeah,
Sorry, I almost said Stone, but it's been Emma Watson because she's not just stayed in that vein. Like she's done many other things. You know,
I mean, like they've all done other stuff, but some of them are also just kind of like, I have a ton of money to lay back on, so I'm just gonna go chill. And I'm like, I respect that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Emma Watson, and like she's done a bunch of stuff, and doing Beauty and the Beast was a really smart move for multiple reasons, but that's because it's like now she has a Disney princess face, so it's like that. Yeah, that really helps to kind of separate her from
Harry Potter.
I mean, still everyone's still gonna see them and be like, "You're in Harry Potter."
Yeah,
but yeah, like when you're in a big franchise like that, you want to be more marketable, so that way you're not just that character.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I know. Oh my gosh, Martin. Bilbo in Sherlock Holmes.
Martin,
what's his name?
Short? I don't know.
No, he played John Watson.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Okay, anyway, that actor. I can't believe I'm blanking on his name.
Oh, Bob.
Yeah, him. Because like he started off on the UK Office, and he played Tim, or we know him as like the Jim character. Yeah. And I remember seeing it, like it was an interview, and he's like, I don't want that to be the only role I'm remembered as. Now he's gone off, he's in the Marvel universe now. He did, Bilbo, he's in Sherlock. So it is possible to break away from that. But again, like there's that fear whenever you get introduced to something that does become very popular, that's all you will be known for. Yeah. So I can totally understand her being like, yes, I love doing these movies, but I also kind of want to branch out and do other stuff. Well,
Jim Halpert is still Jim Halpert. Like he's been doing I don't know his real name, but he's been doing other stuff. Yeah. Like that. Like he's been doing other stuff, but
he's doing that new horror movie.
Yeah, which looks really good.
That does actually look really cool.
Yeah. But he's still Jim. But like I wouldn't just keep him in a box, as well. I don't want him to keep playing Jim. I don't want Steve Carell to keep playing Michael.
No, absolutely. Yeah.
So that's one thing that's different and everything. But
Martin Freeman.
There you go. I was close. Martin Short.
I knew his name was Martin.
Scorsese.
Yep. It's Martin Scorsese played Bilbo Baggins. Yep. Have it.
That would be very interesting. Those eyebrows.
That would be really interesting.
Those big bushy eyebrows that he has.
Anyway, you know what else is interesting?
Margot Robbie confirmed she's working on a standalone Harley Quinn movie.
Her name is Margot. You said Margot or something.
Whatever. Robbie.
Oh my God. Can you imagine?
Someone make a picture of Robbie
As
Harley Quinn. Oh my god, that would be hilarious. We're going to be getting a lot of Harley Quinn over the next few years, but another movie can now be added to the list, which currently includes Suicide Squad 2, Harley Quinn versus the Joker, and the Gotham City Sirens. In the video below, the actress confirms that she's also working on a Harley Quinn standalone movie, which she describes as being totally separate from the aforementioned films. This doesn't come completely out of the blue, as it was back in September we learned that Robbie would be executive producing a Harley Quinn movie, which most of us assumed would be the Harley Quinn versus the Joker. The whole situation seems pretty confusing, though, as Robbie adds that this movie would need a team of characters for the Harley Quinn to hate to play off of.
Sure.
Could it be that this will be a new take on Gotham City Sirens? As of right now, we do not know, but it's one of the many possibilities. Either way, it's clear that Robbie has some big plans for the fan favorite character. Sorry, everybody. And that we're going to see an awful lot of the DC Films universe moving forward. She'll next reprise her role in Gavin O'Connor's Suicide Squad 2. And the movie is currently expected to be released in 2019.
They're making a second Suicide Squad.
Why? I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea.
I never actually watched it. I watched
it. It was
I watched
mediocre.
like a review of it, and it was from what I saw of it, it was really
Did you
bad.
watch our review of it? I don't remember if we reviewed it or not.
No, I didn't. I watched CinemaSins.
It was a cinema sin for sure.
But it, oh god, so bad. I knew that. I thought that she was that she like bought the rights for Gotham City Sirens, right? Like she wanted to become the producer for it.
I guess so. I don't know.
Because I know that it was like she wanted to like squat. Maybe it was the Harley Quinn versus Joker. Because I know that she wanted to like after Suicide Squad, she wanted to get rid of the Harley Joker romance like as soon as possible, which is why she got the rights to produce or something for one of the upcoming movies. She was like, I don't want that anymore.
Yeah, and of course, I'm sure Jared Leto is not coming back as the Joker.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I heard he got that, or he's going to be recasted.
Yeah,
I'm not sure who they're going to get.
Matt Smith.
Like, he's a good actor. I don't know how he would.
Like he's got the build. He's got that's like he eats up the scenery when he's in a scene,
Yes,
and
he does. No,
like
he's a very good
he
actor.
can get dark like that.
Yes, he can. It would be interesting, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see what he would look like. You know what I mean?
He would look awesome. Him or Willem Dafoe. But Willem
Dafoe's too old.
Willem Dafoe has to really try though, like not phone it in.
Like he did with
Murder on the Orient Express.
Yeah, it was fine. He wasn't in it that long. He was fine. I was talking about the Death Note movie.
Oh, I have no idea.
I never watched it, but I heard that apparently he just kind of phoned it in and that. Which I mean, I can't blame him.
Yeah. Well, when you're given a turd, you can only do so much with.
True.
Now, this came out this week. The trailer, and I'm excited to be a Batman fan. Batman Ninja got a trailer this week, and it looks fantastic.
The animation was stunning.
Yes.
Yeah, if you haven't seen the trailer, go watch it. It looks really cool.
Yeah, we're not going to play it here because we don't want to get copyright ID'd and all that, and won't be able to play anything. But the art direction that it is, the design for all of the characters done by the lead designer for Afro Samurai, which is really, really cool. One of my favorite animes out there. It looks awesome. We've got Batman, we've got Nightwing, we've got Robin, we've got Batgirl, we've got Red Robin, we've got Red Hood back in the back. You see Alfred back there. Just back there, you know, all that.
I was going to say, he looks very modern for like feudal Japan.
Yes, he does. And then we've got several different villains that they show through the trailer, from Harley Quinn, Joker, of course, Gorilla Grodd, Two-Face, Poison Ivy. I'm assuming it looks like a samurai with one eye covered up is Deathstroke.
Yeah, it look like it's hard to see from where I'm sitting, but that looks like an orange like mask, and that's his color. So. And
then of course the Penguin, and I think one of the last scenes is actually Clayface, but I'm not sure because it was something that was like shifting and doing something. So that would be really, really awesome. But the fight scenes looked really, really awesome.
apparently, like when you watch the trailer, they show you like all because it's like the top animators from Japan, and so they list them off and like what they worked on. They had I've never actually seen JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, but I know that apparently like the fight scenes in it are they're really good. So they have the guy whoever the animator was from JoJo's Bizarre
Kill
Adventure.
la Kill is
they have
somebody
Kill
from
la
there.
Kill. They have the person who did the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure opening. They had like a bunch of different names that were picked out, and I was like, oh wow, like, and that was a lot of people, and you watch it and it comes through.
Yeah,
like it looks really cool.
It looks really, really good, and just like with this, we're not only getting like an American animated movie, which all the DC animated movies are really, really good. This is actually recorded in Japanese, which is really interesting.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be really cool to get that in there with Batman and the Joker fighting. Like, they both look like samurais and everything. But it's like feudal Japan, but Batman still has a Batmobile and like all these robots.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a mishmash of stuff, which I guess is, that's why Alfred looks very modern.
Yeah.
But it'll be cool.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. Like, if you haven't checked out the trailer for it, you need to go do it. You do yourself a favor, okay? Even if you're not a fan of anime, if you're a fan of Batman, this is going to be really, really cool. I'm glad that they're branching out and doing some different things with Batman instead of just...
so because everyone's just like, we get it, it's Batman, we get it. And so it's like, but have you thought about Batman Ninja? And everyone's like, oh, but tell me some more.
Like, he's more of a samurai than a ninja.
Yeah, but they're calling him Batman Ninja.
Yeah, I know.
But like he has like the garb of like a feudal samurai.
Yeah. But I like hearing Batman in Japanese is like Batman.
Batman.
Like, it's just so good. It's so good. I cannot wait for it.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
Yeah.
It looks really good. The animation is so clean. So clean.
So fresh and
they,
so clean.
Like in the fight scenes, like there's part where like it's just like they're standing on a roof and like they're about to fight each other, but like the way they just kind of do subtle movements, I'm fairly certain that most of the fight scenes were rotoscoped. But like I think some people have an issue with rotoscope, and I don't understand why.
I'm not sure what rotoscope is.
Sorry. Okay. It's whenever like they take it's essentially like the hand drawn version of mocap. So
Okay.
it's like like you have someone act it out, and then you literally draw that.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. I got you.
So you're drawing like movement for movement, which is why they're able to get stuff very clean. And so I'm like, yeah, if you don't have a problem with mocap, why do you have a problem with rotoscope?
I don't have a problem with it.
I'm just like, for people who do, like, I don't get
why you got a problem with it.
Like, I really don't understand. I think some people are like, it's cheating, and I'm like, is it really? You're just using a reference, which is what they already did for drawing.
Well, it's just like, do you draw?
Yeah, do you draw? Do you know how hard it is to draw hands that look the exact same? It's really hard.
Yeah, or eyes that look the exact same.
It's even harder.
Yeah. So there you go, guys. Hope that you enjoyed episode 235 of the Nerd Cave podcast. We talked about a lot of stuff, all the nerdy news that you need to know. If you want to get it early each and every week, all you got to do is go to patreon.com. You can watch us record it live.
Do it.
Patreon.com/nerdcave. Watch us do it live.
Do it.
Get it early as a podcast that's been edited.
Do it.
Get it as a fresh, clean YouTube video.
Do it.
Or any of the other things that you want. It's all there. Also, don't forget to fill out our survey so you don't miss out on anything and have a chance to win a copy of Call of Duty World War II for the PlayStation 4. Your feedback helps us become better in 2018. So please do it.
Do it. Do it.
So there you go, everybody. And remember, December 21st is going to be our Nerd Cave end of the year show. Yeah. And then we're going to come back stronger than ever. Yep. We're going to be like Obi-Wan going into the Force.
We got a lot of stuff planned for next year.
Yeah.
Like a lot of stuff.
Yeah, like Darth Vader, if you strike me down.
Like Darth Vader in pink.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to commission someone to make me like an incredibly like detailed Darth Vader in pink outfit.
There's pictures upon pictures on the internet.
Well, I want one for myself.
Well, there you go. Make Allie
Do it, and I might pay you.
Just
kidding. Of course, I would pay you.
She's not gonna pay you.
I don't have that much money, but I will pay you.
She's not. She will pay you in like Chico sticks.
What are Chico sticks?
It's like this like cinnamon stick thing. You can get it at like gas stations. It's got like cheese in it as well. I don't know. I've never eaten it. I've never eaten one before, but they're called Chico sticks.
Cinnamon stick?
I have no idea. I've never eaten one. My brother ate them.
Okay. Yeah, sure. I'll pay you one of those.
That's what she's going to pay you with, everybody. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching, guys. This has been Zach.
And Allie.
Have a week.